Hello. Have you ever thought about doing business in Nicaragua? Have you ever thought about the challenges and the complications of doing business in a foreign territory where the primary language is not one of your own? My name is Dustin Butler, and today that is what I'll be speaking about. Today I'll be speaking about doing business in Nicaragua. During this speech, I will inform you of three key aspects of doing business in Nicaragua. I will inform you of the social customs, the religious beliefs, and the economic institution. First, we will look at the social customs of Nicaragua. This is an overview of our agenda, essentially, of this speech. We'll look at the greetings of the social customs in Nicaragua. Also, we'll look at the personal space and touching while doing business there. Second, we'll look at the religious beliefs. We'll look at the primary religion and how you can identify the religious people of that area. Third, we'll look at the economic institution, and we'll look at the standard of business and negotiations and bartering in Nicaragua. Our first topic will be social customs in Nicaragua. Greetings in Nicaragua are often different than what they are in the United States. Although the first encounter greetings are often similar, they often are a handshake and sometimes can be greeted with a hug or some type of embrace. But whenever it starts getting different is the second encounters, whenever oftentimes after those relationships have been built, people will begin kissing on the cheek and also embracing in other forms. So now that we know our greetings, we'll look at the personal space when talking to someone. Whenever you're speaking with someone in the Nicaraguan culture, it's oftentimes personal space is very important, and so being closer than arm's reach away is often too close unless you have a strong relationship with them, and then also it's a little bit acceptable to be a little under arm's reach, but still be sure to keep about an arm's reach away. When doing business and communicating in the Nicaraguan culture, small facial features and gestures often can come across as invitations to do inappropriate things in the business world. So whenever you're doing business, make sure that you're only doing enough to keep your listener engaged. Now that we've looked at the social customs, we'll look at a little deeper into the people of Nicaragua and look at their religious beliefs. We'll look at the primary religion first, and as you can see through this breakdown, Roman Catholic is the primary religion of Nicaragua. 73% of Nicaraguans will be professing the Roman Catholic religion. Evangelical Christian comes in second with 15%, and then 12% are other. They weren't classified as a religion because they weren't a strong enough or big enough group. So whenever you're conducting business in Nicaragua, don't be surprised if someone has a religion that is similar to you, and don't be surprised if they're completely different than you, because religious diversity is very strong in Nicaragua. Second, we'll look at how you can identify the religious people there. People in Nicaragua, like many other cultures, will use phrases to help identify themselves. People in Nicaragua's culture will often use phrases like, "if it is God's will," or "in God's timing." It is important to identify these people, because if you identify them, you know that you can't schedule meetings during their service times, because the service times are very important to their culture and to their personal beliefs. Now that we've looked at the religion, we'll begin to look at the economic institution of Nicaragua. First, we'll look at the standard of business. Nicaragua is a poor region where many countries have began coming in and setting up businesses there. The reason for this is because of them being so poor. The people of Nicaragua often support this because it gives them new hope, gives them new opportunities to have a large business come in and reshape their community. Although many big businesses have came in and taken advantage of this poor community and just bounced out. So if you are starting a business there, you have to be sure to convey longevity, convey trust, and build relationships within the community. Negotiation and bartering is a huge aspect of the Nicaraguan culture. When doing business there, this will often happen. These two aspects will happen in almost everyday life in the Nicaraguan culture. Whenever you are negotiating, be sure to not be taken advantage of by the people that are almost experts in it, and also don't take advantage of the people of Nicaragua. They often will be able to identify when someone is trying to take advantage of them, and that will ruin that relationship and future communication with them. Often, negotiation meetings happen around a meal, like a lunch or a dinner, and these meetings are oftentimes relaxed. They're not formal, so just be sure that you are dressed for the occasion, and that you're planned accordingly for that occasion. So in wrapping up, we'll look over what we talked about today. We talked about the social customs, the primary religion, and the economic institution of Nicaragua. Business in Nicaragua can often be difficult, but it can also bring many benefits. For companies moving to Nicaragua, be sure that you are building relationships and really understanding the culture. Companies are constantly looking to move to Nicaragua and to start businesses there. Other companies are going there to take advantage of them, and oftentimes the Nicaraguans can point that out. So, can we partner with Nicaragua? Should be a question that every company looks to in the future. Thank you for listening.